Thank you so much for joining us for CBN NewsWatch. I'm Ephraim Graham. Ahead today as the battles rage between Israel and Hamas, the terrorist group keeping up its demands for the release of the hostages, including that Israel pull out of Gaza completely and let Hamas remain in power. All of this as international pressure mounts on Israel after a strike killed dozens of Palestinians, but the U.S. still standing by the Jewish state. With illegal immigration growing on the border between Mexico and the U.S., Mexico will be holding an historic election Sunday. We're going to take a look at how the outcome could affect relations between the two countries. And our Studio 5 conversation with gospel legend CeCe Winans. She was considering retirement just 3 short years ago. Now she has a new album on top of the charts and a video appearance on American Idol going viral. We're going to bring you an interview with her in Nashville. All those stories and more today, right here on CBN NewsWatch.
This is CBN NewsWatch.
A very busy Wednesday. Let's begin in Israel as Hamas continues to demand that Israel pull out of Gaza as a condition for setting hostages free, while also saying it must remain in power in the Gaza Strip. All of this as another hostage video has now been made public, and Israel and Hamas both keep up their attacks. Here's CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl.
Palestinian Islamic Jihad released the latest propaganda video of a 28-year-old Israeli-Russian hostage.
My
name is Alexander Trupanov. Israeli citizens who are protesting. In the coming days, you will know the whole truth of what happened to me in Prisoner Square in Gaza. I'm asking you to be patient.
Trupanov's mother, grandmother, and partner were all kidnapped on October 7th and released during the November exchange.
Seeing my Sasha on television today is very heartening, but it also breaks my heart that he has been in captivity for such a long time. I appeal to everyone, to all decision makers, please do everything, absolutely everything, to bring my son and all the hostages home now.
My dear Sasha, we are waiting for you to come back to us, and we are making every possible effort to ensure it happens soon.
Israel reportedly has given mediators a new proposal for a hostage deal. The stumbling block has been Hamas's demand to remain in power in Gaza and demand a complete Israeli withdrawal. Pressure is mounting on Israel after dozens of Gazans died after an airstrike on 2 Hamas leaders in Rafah. The IDF revealing what it knows so far about the bombing and subsequent fire that spread to a safe zone for civilians.
This is a devastating incident which we did not expect. We're investigating what caused the fire that resulted in this tragic loss of life.
The IDF said the strike was nearly a mile from the humanitarian area, with small warheads that couldn't have ignited the fire.
We are looking into all possibilities, including the option that weapons stored in a compound next to our target, which we did not know of, may have ignited as a result of the strike.
The U.S. is taking flack for not pressuring Israel to stop its operations in Rafah. The U.S. says Israel has a right to defend itself, and there's no U.S. policy change toward the Jewish state.
If you think Hamas is just gone, they're not gone from Rafah or from Gaza. And if you think they've abandoned their genocidal intent towards the nation of Israel, think again, they haven't. So Israel has every right to not want to live next to that kind of threat. And yes, we're going to continue to provide them the capabilities to go after it.
Meanwhile, the U.S.-built humanitarian pier is in need of repair after parts of it broke off in stormy seas and washed ashore on the beach of the Israeli port city of Ashdod. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Continue our coverage now with CBN News Middle East Bureau Chief Chris Mitchell, who joins us from Jerusalem with more. So, Chris, even though the Biden administration is standing by Israel for now after the deaths of dozens of Palestinians in that strike, does Israel feel like more and more of the world is turning against them?
In many ways, they do, Ephraim. They see what's happening on college campuses. They see what's happened in the ICC, asking for warrants of arrest for Netanyahu and Defense Minister Gallant. The ICJ, which is trying to restrict Israel's military campaign. They see Spain, Ireland, Norway asking for a Palestinian state or recognizing one this week. But I just came from the Knesset, and there was a meeting there. It's part of the Jerusalem prayer breakfast, and there were 400 evangelical leaders from around the world. And if I would say one of the themes of this meeting, and there were many members of Knesset there, was that you're not alone. And I think that came through loud and clear from people from all walks of life, even from people from Norway, saying that there are many Christians there that do support Israel. So, yes, on the one hand, they do feel alone. On the other hand, they're learning that they're not alone with evangelical Christians around the world.
Let's turn now to the hostage situation. How realistic is the hope for release, considering Hamas is demanding to let them go only if Israel pulls out of Gaza?
Yeah, and they want them to stop the war, pull out of Gaza. So that option seems dim. And you know, watching that video, it's really psychological warfare on Israel and the whole nation. And so I think because of that, Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, feels like he has the advantage and he has the leverage. But stopping the war, pulling out of Gaza are really non-starters for this government. They believe they have to complete the victory and eliminate Hamas as a threat to southern Israel. We talked to a member of Knesset, her name is Sharon Haskell, not long ago, and many others feel like a military effort is really the best way to get these hostages out. But that too is very risky, and it's very grim situation for these hostages. Why it's so important to be praying for the release and for their families, for the comfort for their families who are going such a horrific emotional and psychological time.
Indeed. Chris, the U.S. has halted aid at that pier in Gaza, which now needs repair. Some argue that getting aid in by that pier was always going to be difficult. Does the Israeli government believe it will be helpful?
Well, I think the Israeli government didn't want to say no to it. That's my understanding. And they wanted to let the U.S. do what they did. But I think here in Israel, I don't think they ever felt it was really necessary to get enough aid. They believe enough aid was already going in through all the different various crossings going into Gaza. And I think some Israelis felt like it was just a way that Biden brought up, and he said it in the State of the Union address, so that his supporters would feel like he was going the extra mile to get as much aid as possible into Gaza. Remember, they also dropped aid by parachute, and tragically and ironically, that actually killed some Palestinians. But I think here in Israel, they felt they were doing enough to get the aid in. And then the aid actually, Ephraim, was being stolen when it left the pier. So it didn't seem like it was a very good effort all around.
Is Hamas still launching attacks on Israel?
They are. They launched some rockets out of Rafah and actually quite close, if not in humanitarian area. There also was a video just recently of Hamas gunmen firing into a Jewish community in Judea and Samaria. And actually, they're very strong there in what's known by many but as the West Bank, not just in Gaza. And actually, Hamas is more popular than the Palestinian Authority in that area. And so in the West Bank, that's where very, very popular by Hamas. And just to add, you know, we met with Troy Miller. He's the head of the NRB. They're having an effort to change the language from West Bank to Judea and Samaria, which is the historical and biblical name for that land.
Chris, Ireland and Norway have recognized the Palestinian state, but All Israel News says that Christians in those countries have a different view. What are they saying?
Well, what they're saying, and I think I was in the same meeting that All Israel News was reporting about, is at this meeting at the Knesset. They're saying that people from Norway got up and spoke, and they said there are many Christians that support Israel in Norway, and they object to their government recognizing a Palestinian state. And I believe there are Christians both in Ireland and Spain as well who feel that was a very bad mistake politically and even biblically. The opposition leader in the Spanish Parliament was actually here because he opposes that well. But I would say there's a remnant in each of those countries of Christians supporting Israel.
All right, Chris Mitchell from Jerusalem, thanks always. Stay safe. We appreciate your insights. We're praying for you and our entire team there in Israel. Coming up here at home, with the illegal immigration crisis on the southern border reaching historic proportions, Mexico will be holding Election Sunday in the shadow of cartel violence. And those elections are likely to affect Mexican relations with the United States. We're going to bring you the story. We've got it for you when we come back. You're watching CBN NewsWatch.
Get your daily quick start from CBN News. A quick read on the important news of the day delivered right to your inbox. Stay current on breaking news, politics, and entertainment. Go to quickstart.news and subscribe today.
Welcome back to CBN NewsWatch. Unprecedented violence is bleeding across the U.S.-Mexico border as the country prepares for its largest election in history. Not only are more than 20,000 congressional and local positions up for grabs, the country will also likely vote for its first female president. With so much riding on the line, CBN's Brody Carter reports on how this election could affect the U.S.-Mexico border and the future relations between the two countries.
While drug cartel violence is nothing new in Mexico, this 2024 election season is shaping up to be one of the worst on record. A wave of politically motivated attacks has resulted in nearly 200 deaths this year, including at least 30 politicians.
More than 20,000 positions are up for election. So not only the presidency, but 128 senators, 500 congressional deputies, 9 governorships, and a lot of municipal and local elections.
Lila Abed of the Wilson Center's Mexico Institute sees this as a critical and historic moment, with the two major coalitions touting female presidential candidates. Xochitl Galvez, representing 3 combined parties, is up against former Mexico City Mayor Claudia Sheinbaum, the ruling party's pick, and friend of current President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, known as AMLO.
So the truth is that AMLO's security strategy of hugs, not bullets, has not solved Mexico's organized crime.
From fentanyl and human trafficking threatening the U.S. southern border to almost 2 tons of methamphetamine recently seized in Spain, it's clear the cartel's network is expanding. Abed emphasizes the importance of a quick, positive relationship between Mexico's next president and the United States, especially on major issues like immigration, security, and trade, as future cooperation hangs in the balance.
A lot of the priorities of national security for the United States depend on its cooperation with Mexico. So anywhere from, migrants and stopping migrants from reaching the U.S.-Mexico border, they need forcefully the Mexican government's cooperation on all fronts, not only on its border with the United States, but in Mexico's southern border with Guatemala. In terms of security, the United States has a health crisis in terms of fentanyl and opioid addiction.
With so much uncertainty going into this election, she also worries that violence and immigration pressures will likely increase even after results come out, putting unprecedented strain on the 2,000-mile U.S.-Mexico border.
The root causes that push migrants to leave their countries of origin continue to exist, anywhere from political instability to violence to lack of economic opportunities. This is and even climate change, right? This is all gonna push migrants to continue to track north as long as these issues continue to exist.
Brody Carter, CBN News.
Still ahead, our Studio 5 conversation with gospel legend CeCe Winans. She's been making a huge impact with the video of her appearance on American Idol going viral and a new album on top of the charts. We're going to hear about everything going on with her coming up right after this. Welcome back to CBN NewsWatch. Recording artist CeCe Winans continues to break records. She's earned 15 Grammy Awards. Her new album shot to #1 on the charts as soon as she released it. And video of her recent appearance on American Idol has gone viral. It's hard to believe she was actually eyeing retirement just 3 short years ago. I traveled to Nashville to sit down with the most awarded gospel artist of our time.
Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
High praise and headlines. People are still talking about this now viral CeCe Winans performance on American Idol of her hit Goodness of God on the heels of her sold-out Goodness Tour.
We just finished our first night in Shreveport. Thank you so much. It was so powerful. Last night we were in Mesa, Arizona. Mesa, you came ready to praise God, and it was so powerful. It was life-changing. And tonight, LA. Oh, it was incredible. We are in Houston, Texas tonight, and it is all powerful. We're in Miami tonight, and Miami is on fire. That's all I can say. Tonight is our last night of the Goodness Tour, and it has been amazing.
Just wrapped the Goodness Tour. How does it feel? Are you breathing a sigh of relief? How does it feel?
It feels great. It feels great. We had a wonderful tour, 24 cities. Before we started, I got on social media and said, I need everybody to pray for me. And they did. Mm-hmm. But it was so powerful. Every night was just spectacular to me, really, every night.
After the tour,
hearing that people are coming from Nigeria, from Bermuda, St. Louis, Missouri, LA,
came her annual women's conference, Generations Live. And now the busy, best-selling recording artist has new music.
Wish I could describe it, but I can contain it, can't keep it to myself.
Let's talk about the new music, the More Than This project.
Yes.
That's been out for a week or two.
Yes, the one you stayed up for.
The one I stayed up to for its release. Releases at #1.
Oh my goodness. They told me, I heard.
I'll give you more than this.
That's an awesome feeling. I'm humbled by it. I'm excited. I feel like we've created something that people are going to embrace. And it's more than entertainment, but it's something that will minister to the hearts of the people. When you listen to this record, to me, the highlights is when that audience is singing.
Yeah.
I just felt like I had, this has to be the closest thing to heaven. Mm. These voices.
Lord,
I have to run something by you just because I could not believe it listening to it, but Believe For It garnered more than 500 million US streams in 2023. And your entire catalog over 2 billion impressions on YouTube alone.
Wow. I didn't know that. Wow. That has been an amazing thing. When we recorded Believe For It, we prayed, and we always pray, but during the pandemic, it was such a desperation of needing God's anointing to rest on that project, for His Spirit to rest on that project, so that when people heard it, a lot of people were in isolation, a lot of people couldn't go to church, a lot of people were fighting for their lives, literally, losing loved ones. And so that was just our cry to God. And we recorded this record, More Than This, and when we were on the phone with the team, they were telling me that Believe For It was still getting its best numbers since it's been out, and it's been 3 years, over 3 years. Yes. I was like, to God be the glory, I'm amazed, and He continues to amaze us. And I love it when God does things that nobody can take credit for. We've all worked as a team, the record label management, myself, the band singers, we've all worked hard to make things happen, and to come up with this offering to give to God. But then when He touches it, He does it in such a way that it's like, we had nothing to do with it. And so that's what Believe For It is doing.
I want to have some fun before I let you go.
Okay.
So if I'm not mistaken and Wikipedia is correct, this is a milestone year for you and a birthday?
Wikipedia is so right. It is so on point. This year, 60 years old. Yes, I'm so excited.
Big plans?
You know what? Big plans to me right now is looking like me sitting in front of an ocean on the beach, chilling out with my husband. So I haven't made any plans yet. It's October the 8th, but 60, I can't believe it, but it's here. And I'm excited about it, yeah. This year, my husband and I, we will be married 40 years. Yes, 40 years, and I still like the guy. You know, he's still my number one guy. And I'll be turning 60 years old. I have 3 grandbabies, and I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
'Cause all my life you have been faithful.
In Nashville with CeCe Winans, Ephraim Graham, CBN News. CeCe's new album, More Than This, is available wherever you purchase, download, or stream your music. Be sure to join us tonight for a special edition of Studio 5. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are having a conversation with rapper Lecrae, singer Anthony Evans, and former NFL player Dr. Jay Barnett. Each one will share his mental health story of survival and how they're now helping others to overcome. That is a special edition of Studio 5. It airs tonight at 8 Eastern on the CBN News channel. You can also watch it on the CBN News app, or you can tune in to YouTube. Stay with us. We're coming back with an encouraging word for your day ahead. We'll be right back.
Download the CBN News app. One place for all of your news. Breaking news alerts. Watch CBN News Channel Live. CBN News, because truth matters. Get the CBN News app today.
Time now for your Wednesday word, and today's word is trust. And with that, I simply pull a word from the pages of Scripture. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not rely on your own understanding. He will direct your path. With that word, trust God to make this a wonderful Wednesday. And guess what? You can trust Him to make this a wonderful week as well. That's going to do it for this edition of CBN NewsWatch. You can always find more of our news programs on the CBN News channel. You can find them there at any time, as well as online. That is cbnnews.com. Take a moment. Let us know what you think about the stories you've seen here today or any day. You can email us. The address is newswatch@cbn.com. You can also reach out and touch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Make this a wonderful Wednesday, and come on back and see us right here tomorrow. Same time. God bless.